Hello, my name is Kevin Bisson, and I will be introducing the technology used in my technology integrated unit. This unit is about scale in mathematics and targets 7th grade mathematics students in a public middle school. So my first program that you can see here on the screen is BrainPop. BrainPop are many students are familiar with BrainPop, and students are used to learning new things from this program. So the familiarity is helpful for students when they are learning something new, but with a program that they have used before. It's definitely used in our district. It provides videos and activities for students to watch and participate in. The teacher can use the quiz maker to differentiate for learners. Students also get to play the games, which allow students to create their own answers to questions, and vocabulary can be used to help provide students with definitions, and students get to try to create their own definitions, which is also more of a creative route. For today's lesson, we'll be looking at the similar figures. So again, you have the option to play the movie. If you hit play on that, it starts.
Sure thing, Chase.
And after the students get to watch the movie, again, they can, with their own headphones, they can play and pause this as many times as they need until they fully understand the concept, or at least can access the video. After accessing the video, there's a lot of options that the teacher can have them do. There is a quiz that the teacher can either do with the class together, or that the students can do individually, and the teacher can review their answers. Vocabulary, as discussed earlier, is accessible here. Where students get to try to write down what they think the definition is, and then if the teacher wants to go through this with them, they can do that as well. But again, another self-paced activity. And then lastly, there are games available for lessons, and the Sortify game is great because students get to do this completely on their own, or again, if the teacher wanted to, they could do this as a class. So this game is called Sortify, and in Sortify, students start with their buckets, and they get to choose how they want to start labeling some of these shapes. So they click on a bucket, and let's say we wanted to get all the equilateral triangles. So they would say, okay, in this box, I'm going to put all my equilateral triangles in. So then they're going to go through and they're going to look for some equilateral triangles. They're going to throw these in here. Again, it's totally up to them as to which category they want to do. And then once they think they have a bucket loaded with everything, they can submit the bucket, and it's going to tell them how they did, so it gives them instant feedback. And they continue, that bucket gets taken away, a bucket is replaced, so they can start a new bucket and fill in all the information they need. So this is a self-paced program, and it can be individualized so that students can work on their level. It's also creative, which meets with constructivism. The next program here is Delta Math. On the Delta Math front, it is a program where teachers can assign problems to students for them to answer. This will provide the teacher in a way to monitor students' learning while it is self-paced for students. Students get to be creative as they make their own shapes to meet the criteria of scaled copies. We'll see that in a second. Teachers can view student work to gauge understanding, as well as assign different levels of work to meet the needs of all students. These problems will deepen the student's understanding of scale. So as you can see, there's a lot of different parts in math that Delta Math involves on. Scale is one of the ones that I've used. And you can see here that there's actual levels. These levels can be used by the teacher for maybe if there's students that are a little bit lower or underperforming, we can give them something like a level 1, or if it's just a plain old introduction. Students who needs have already been met and they want to be challenged at a different level, they can try something like level 3. And then the one that we were using for this lesson is going to be the create the scale drawings in a grid. So this is students get to make their own drawing, which will demonstrate the understanding. It'll tell them scale factor, which is another definition we need for this unit. So this creativity is awesome. The kids get to do a new problem, and it shows solutions for them, so they can definitely get the understanding. Moving on, Desmos is the last tool that we will be using. Desmos is an interactive program where the teacher has a complete control of what the students are seeing. It can be open for self-pacing, or it can be locked into one particular point of interest. Students can create their individual scale figure to learn what scale is and to see it happening in front of them. At the end of this lesson, students get to create their own scale figures accessories. This allows creativity for students to demonstrate their understanding of a lesson while being completely self-paced and free to make their own choices. The choice and creativity lend themselves to constructivism. So if we are the teacher, we can assign a code. Okay, the students will be able to type the code in. We will be able to go into the dashboard. The dashboard, so this is the code that the students would type in. The dashboard allows the teacher to have complete control. So if I only want students to be on slide 3, I can hit the paste button, click on the slide I want. So now all kids that are logged in will be pushed to slide 3. I can also open all slides, and students now have the ability to access all the slides that are opened, and I can change this anytime during the lesson. I can also see a summary of how the kids are doing. I can look at individual kids to see what their answers are while they are working. The very last slide is the Marcellus accessory slide. So they already know that this is a scaled copy. They now get to draw an accessory on Marcellus to demonstrate the understanding. So if I wanted to draw a hat on Marcellus, and then I want to show that I know that scaled copies are, I'd have to do that with the proper ratio for the smaller guy. And again, they get complete freedom to make whatever figure they want, and the teacher can go through and look to gauge understanding to see if they have demonstrated knowledge of mastery of the subject. Overall, I feel these tools are a great way to get technology into our learning, and this is the 3 technology tools that I want to use on my technology integrated curricular unit. Thanks for watching.